If you could change just one person's life for the better, would you? Jewish Family Services of Columbus does it every single day, one family and one person at a time. JFS specializes in the art and science of bringing dignity to every soul possible, connecting people and building bridges wherever they go. And because JFS believes that every human being deserves to feel whole and safe, this work is treated as sacred and essential. So even and especially through this complicated and difficult past year, Jewish Family Services of Columbus continued to innovate, continued to make a critical and lasting impact across a wide range of communities, bringing the dignity of self-reliance, of independence, of financial stability, and the dignity of health of body, mind, and spirit to everyone they encounter. In short, JFS is building a world filled with acts of loving kindness, extraordinary kindness, a world of assisting those in need, a world of acts of compassion, of necessary acts of selfless kindness, of goodness. And Jewish tradition captures all of this in a single word, chesed. Olam chesed nibaneh. Thank you, JFS, for giving each one of us the opportunity together to change lives with you and build a world of extraordinary acts of necessary goodness and kindness.
Welcome. I am Pam Gerwin, and I serve as board chair of Jewish Family Services. This past year was incredibly challenging for our community and the world. But it was also a year filled with opportunity for innovation, chesed, which means loving kindness, and impact. At Jewish Family Services, we like to say family is our middle name. Our staff is the core of this family. Jewish Family Services could not have maintained its high-quality services without the Herculean efforts of our dedicated and talented staff. They continued to do more with less to the benefit of thousands of Central Ohio families. We could not have done this work without the support and the flexibility of many funders who partnered with our staff to ensure Central Ohio residents received the help they needed. We thank you. I want to thank Jewish Columbus in particular, whose Community Response Fund enabled us to provide nearly $375,000 in emergency financial assistance, grocery cards, and meals for families in need. And our agency would not have survived this year without the support of hundreds of donors who answered our question, if not now, when? With Hineni, here I am, and provided financial support that helped us keep our doors open and responded to emerging needs. I also want to thank our board of directors for their all-in approach to leadership, for the many hours spent in Zoom meetings, the sharing of your expertise, and for your thoughtful and wholehearted support of our staff. As we kick off the event, we need to just do a few minutes of board business before we celebrate. First, on behalf of the board, I want to share heartfelt thanks to outgoing member Ben Cosbrook for his commitment to Jewish Family Services over the past few years. And I'm pleased to officially recognize 2 board members who joined us since our last annual meeting, Jason Wells and Rachel White. We are also incredibly fortunate to have 18 continuing board members. We appreciate your continued service. Thank you for helping steer our course as we face the ups and downs that no doubt lie ahead. Thanks, and we hope you enjoy our program.
I'm Karen Mosener, and it is my great honor to serve as CEO of Jewish Family Services. As Pam mentioned, this past year was full of challenges. Community needs continued to increase, and we're only beginning to feel and understand the long-term impacts of the pandemic. We expect a high level of need to continue for quite some time. But this very challenging time also created great opportunity, unleashing creativity and spurring collaboration that took our work to new levels. To highlight this past year, you'll meet several friends of the family as we highlight 3 things that defined our year: innovation, chesed, or loving kindness, and impact. Our focus on innovation will feature Board Member of the Year Doug McCullough and Chief Program Officer for Workforce Services Melissa Starr. Together, they helped our agency harness the power of technology enabling us to serve more people more efficiently and more effectively. You'll also meet Jewish Family Services client Elizabeth, who benefited from these innovations. Our core value of chesed is at the heart of everything we do. It's even in our name, Jewish Family Services. You'll hear stories from our staff and clients illustrating how we approach all those we serve from a place of chesed and become a kind of family to them. And finally, you'll learn about our impact. I am so proud to share some of the ways our impact grew during this past year. During 12 months of pandemic, when many businesses were shut down or severely limited, our team helped 572 people get jobs, producing over $20 million in annual wages earned and over $5 million in taxes paid. We helped 436 older adults and their families and caregivers navigate the challenges of aging. We offered resource navigation and free virtual workshops to over 1,300 community members on a variety of topics ranging from unemployment to pandemic parenting, along with yoga, concerts, and behind-the-scenes museum tours. We provided over $400,000 in emergency assistance to help people maintain stable housing and put food on their tables. And we helped 804 families in crisis begin rebuilding their lives. That was a 400% increase over the crisis assistance we provided just a year before. We are incredibly proud of this work. We're also proud to be part of a large and resilient network of human service providers, our partners, that strengthen this community. Tonight, we honor an organization that took our sector to new heights, the Human Service Chamber of Franklin County and its Executive Director, Michael Corey. Thanks to Michael and the Chamber, Jewish Family Services and our partners have been able to help many more Central Ohioans just when they needed us the most. This was a year like no other at Jewish Family Services. But through a combination of innovation and chesed, we were able to increase our impact. Together, we not only survived, but even thrived. We are proud now to share some of these stories of impact with you.
I'm Melissa Starr, and I'm here with Doug McCullough, who joined our board 2 years ago when we were envisioning new ways to use technology to serve our clients. Since joining our board, Doug has helped us improve our use of technology to better connect with businesses, donors, and volunteers. He offered advice and industry connections to help us envision and develop our new Wayfinder technology platform that is helping us quickly and efficiently connect with clients. Our virtual services platform was conceived as a poverty intervention for people who were unaware of the range or resources available to them and were often unable to access our services during traditional business hours. We wanted people to be able to access our services when, where, and how they needed them. When we began working toward that vision, little did we know that a worldwide pandemic would make virtual services necessary for all of our clients, and quite literally the whole world. Doug, you helped us take our vision, a lot of virtual content we created with staff during the first few months of the pandemic, and make the giant leap that resulted in Wayfinder, our virtual services platform. Can you share your thoughts about our journey and how technology can drive impact, especially for those who have been underserved?
Through its Wayfinder online platform and mobile app, the agency is extending its reach and also identifying potential new sources of funding through licensing and consulting. As a longtime technologist in the Columbus community, I recognize that this is the kind of innovation that is rarely seen in our region. As the pandemic pushed many organizations headfirst into exploring new technology, Jewish Family Services was ahead of the game. You'd already identified the need and had been working on a solution. So, Melissa, can you talk about the impact Wayfinder is having on our clients and on the opportunities to connect with other providers?
Sure. Wayfinder expands our clients' ability to access broad range of virtual services, real-time communication, an automated intake, a library of agency community resources, and recorded audio and video content. For clients who fear the stigma associated with asking for help, Wayfinder offers safe, personalized, remote and on-demand access to our resources and our services. This has led to opportunities with local and national partners on pilots for data sharing and reporting among various providers.
The pandemic highlighted the lack of internet access and technology among many residents in underserved neighborhoods, particularly women and people of color. But the urgency around digital inclusion and equity is not just about access to technology. It is also about ensuring everyone has the ability to effectively use technology to improve their lives. Digital life skills, whether applying for a job, doing homework, accessing healthcare, starting a business, or maintaining a connection with others, everyone needs digital skills, tools, and connectivity.
Jewish Family Services uses technology to be on the forefront of delivering services to these underserved communities.
Our innovation through technology only works effectively if people can access them. So digital equity has been a very important part of our work this year. We work very hard to ensure clients could access the internet, acquire technology, and benefit from our virtual services like digital skills training and job search tools. I want to introduce you to Elizabeth Ramos, who has been a model client at Jewish Family Services, who has benefited from our support.
My name's Elizabeth Ramos, and I am 25 years young and a single mother of one child. When I first came to Jewish Family Services, referred by the TANF program, I didn't know what to expect. I met Ahmed, who told me about CREW program. He talked to me about the expectations and what we need to do before getting a job. Right away, he was full of energy, and I couldn't believe the information he shared with me. Of course, I've held jobs in the past, but they never worked out due to mission and value of those companies that I worked for. Ahmed and his team assisted me in updating my resume, took his time with interview, training, and workshops that helped me strengthen my skills. On top of that, he kept on pushing me to do my best. We applied for many positions that we thought I would be a great fit for. After a few of interviews and plenty of job search, I was able to get and obtain employment. When it comes to needing something also, all I had to do was ask Jewish Family Services. Ahmed jumped to action, and they were able to help me not only with employment, but with resources as well. Things like school supplies, computers to work from home, and plenty more. I would like others that are in my situation to take advantage of Jewish Family Services and all that they have to offer. They are friendly, patient, and most of all, wanted to help me better my circumstances. My name's Elizabeth Ramos, and I'm a client of Jewish Family Services.
Guido was a Holocaust survivor who was born in Italy. He was very well known in the community and was someone that was willing to help his family and individuals in the community. His family relied on him a lot for services and support, especially financially. Guido had a hard time sleeping. Sometimes he had visions of what he experienced during the Holocaust, and one night he got up out of bed, had a terrible fall, which sent him to the hospital and into a nursing home. Unfortunately, at the nursing home, Guido had some setbacks and had to go back to the hospital, where he severely declined. One of his final wishes was to pass away at home. Jewish Family Services social workers worked with the hospital to get him home in time, so that wish was accomplished. Throughout that time, we worked with him, even though he was independent, to just align services that he would eventually need. So Guido's fall that he had, which sent him to the hospital, we see a lot with other seniors in our community. They're doing very well for each other and for themselves, and then one fall can change everything. So it was really good that Guido had the relationship with Jewish Family Services before. Eventually I know how difficult it was for him and other seniors to ask for help. But I'm glad that we always had those conversations with him so that we could jump in when he really needed us.
We've been working with Guido's family since before COVID. His granddaughter Allison is a single mom of 4 daughters. Allison began utilizing our services about 2 years ago when she says her life turned upside down and she fell on extremely hard times. COVID-19 made it even worse. She lost her brand new car, couldn't work due to her children being out of school, and was not able to pay her rent at times. Jewish Family Services was there to help Allison and her family stabilize and move forward. Allison worked with my colleague Lydia, who assessed her full scope of needs and then supported her in securing financial assistance for rent and utilities, getting gift cards for gas and groceries, and navigating benefits. With the coaching and resources of Jewish Family Services, Allison was able to successfully problem solve and set goals. While Lydia supported Allison in meeting her family's basic needs, I worked with her to provide resources for her job search. I'm excited to share that she is currently starting a new position with Ohio Health. Our programs are not a one-size-fits-all solution because our staff truly goes above and beyond to help clients remove barriers to their success and find employment opportunities that offer a good match for their clients' interests and abilities. Our career counselors take the time to get to know our clients' needs, skill sets, and goals to best support them in becoming emotionally stable and financially self-sufficient. We wrap our arms around the whole family because family is, quite literally, our middle name. Allison says she will soon be in a great financial position to support her family without the assistance of anyone, thanks to the job searching and persistent outreach provided by JFS.
I started working with Jewish Family Services Career Group in the spring of 2020, when the company I was working for closed due to COVID. Along with so many others across Columbus and the country, I unexpectedly found myself without a job, and from past experiences, knew how Career Transition Services provided a great support system and guidance. As a member of the Jewish community, I knew about the services that Jewish Columbus provided, but had never personally used them. When I signed up for unemployment through Ohio Means Jobs, I was assigned a career specialist who subsequently introduced me to JFS, the wonderful Malka Bendor and Elizabeth Ank, who lead and facilitate the Career Transition Group. Jewish Family Services provided the career support I needed in a very challenging time. As we all have now become intimately familiar with Zoom, all of our weekly meetings were online, which can be a bit strange, especially as it was at the very beginning of the stay-at-home orders. But Malka and Elizabeth made it very welcoming. It was as if we were actually entering their home, because we were, and we soon became part of a family. The meetings provided an opportunity to meet with others who were in similar situations. We were all job seekers, but we were different. Different industries, age groups, cultures, years of experience, some with previous job transitions under their belt. Jewish Family Services helped to provide support including resume writing, LinkedIn do's and don'ts, fantastic networking opportunities with guest speakers from major industries across the city. JFS helped to build my confidence again. When thrown into a difficult situation where your livelihood is challenged, it can be scary and rattle you. Malka and Elizabeth helped to provide that support and guidance that I needed. They were always available to chat, connect me with someone if they could, help to review my resume, or prepare for an interview. Since I no longer attend the group, I know that Malka and Elizabeth are there for me in the future if I ever need them, and I thank them so much for all of the help they provided.
It was coming here that the doors started opening up. I can be a very outgoing person, but I'm also an introvert at heart. So this community is what helped me to grow. You go through a lot of humbling experiences when you're in this situation, and the comfort that you receive within Jewish Family Services helps you to go on to the next day, to sit down the next hour and write another resume after you've written so many that have been rejected. But with the encouragement of it, it helps you to continue and know that when you need to put something out there on the line to find out what is wrong with this particular avenue, you're getting good information, and it's information to only benefit and help you and grow.
Really what energizes me, though, are the talented job seekers, the professionals that I work with on a weekly basis. So we created a job search community We created it to avoid social and professional isolation, which was paralyzing during COVID. We also provided the most updated information in navigating Job Search 2020, making the new normal much less overwhelming. We also scheduled speakers from the Central Ohio community and former job seekers to present, support, and empower our job seekers. We created consistent networking opportunities. And maybe most important, we became the voice of reason for the delicate and many times emotional decisions of accepting the job offer during these uncertain times. We always reflected the values of Jewish Family Services, treating everybody with dignity and respect.
Good evening. My name is Tracy Ballas, and I'm a former board member for Jewish Family Services. This evening, I'm honored to present the Janice B. Ballas Award for Community Service, which recognizes my mother. During her short life, she made meaningful and even groundbreaking contributions to the Jewish and non-Jewish communities in education, healthcare, the arts, and the welfare of children and families. To honor her memory, in 1988, Janice's sister Phyllis Katz, a past Jewish Family Services board chair, created the Janice B. Ballas Award to shine a light on individuals or organizations who change lives and inspire others to do likewise. This is a non-sectarian award presented annually. The recipient also receives a cash gift that may be designated to the qualified charity of his or her choice. This year's recipient is the Human Services Chamber of Franklin County and its Executive Director, Michael Corey. Over the past year and a half, Michael worked tirelessly on behalf of the Chamber's 130 Human Service Agency members, the 14,000 individuals they employ, and the hundreds of thousands of residents they serve. He led federal, state, and local advocacy efforts designated to promote understanding of the members' challenges and the challenges faced by the residents they serve. People experiencing poverty, mental and physical health crises, food insecurity, housing insecurity, and educational disparities. He solicited and coordinated donations of over 5 million items of PPE, such as masks, hand sanitizers, and cleaning supplies. He worked with city and county public health officials to ensure human service provider staff were included in early stages of vaccinations so they could safely serve the community residents. He organized a variety of shared professional services offering invaluable advice from lawyers, accountants, fundraising and communications professionals, and medical experts. The value provided by Michael and the Chamber is evident in the fact that the Chamber membership grew by 50% during the pandemic, a time when many human service providers were under significant financial stress. It is my honor to award this year's Janice B. Ballas Award for Community Service to the Human Service Chamber of Franklin County and its Executive Director, Michael Corey.
Well, it's just an incredible honor to accept this award, and let me do so on behalf of our board of directors and the 125 health and human services nonprofits that we serve, including Jewish Family Services. It's obviously been an extraordinary 18 months and counting in our community, in our country, in our world. And the opportunity to serve all of these frontline workers, all the way up to the CEOs in the nonprofit space, trying to keep our community going forward has been a tremendous honor. And I think this recognition is acknowledging all of the people that I serve, including our humble team at the Human Service Chamber, trying to keep us together, trying to keep us healthy, and trying to preserve the humanity that all of us are so staunchly defending and trying to advance in these difficult, ominous, but also hopeful times. And that hope, I think, is something that I glean from our organizations and our members every day, including and especially Jewish Family Services. The relationships that our organizations have with community members and with community are really unprecedented, and people have turned to our nonprofits more so than they ever have before, whether they're people that need the care and need the hope that those nonprofits provide, whether they're decision makers in our community, coming to our nonprofits like Jewish Family Services and saying, how can we help? And I think it's been a really extraordinary thing over the last 19 months to see so many ways in which the community has rallied around those that need a little help through these difficult times. Whether it's been something as tragic as someone dying from COVID-19 or addictions or so many other pieces that have been exacerbated by the pandemic, or something as fundamental as just basic information about where do I go to get a vaccine? What do I need to know? How do I brace for that? Folks have turned to our nonprofits for all of those things and so much more. And people are turning to our nonprofits to figure out what comes next. This pandemic will become endemic soon, and our nonprofits are going to be at the table directing and shaping our city and our state and our country and certainly the lives of the individuals that our agencies serve as we come through this. And it has been my incredible honor to be able to support all of those leaders, all those caseworkers, and everybody that our agencies reach, the hundreds of thousands of people that our agencies reach in the community. And this honor just means so much to me, especially because it comes from an organization like Jewish Family Services that I have such a personal history with over the years as well. I grew up with a Bubby and Zaidi. I'm the only Lebanese Catholic that you'll meet that had a Bubby and Zaidi. And this organization means a lot to me. And its CEO, Karen Mazener, means a lot to me. I've known her for a very long time, and this means so much to me accordingly. So thank you all so much for the honor. Thank you to the Ballas family for this recognition. And we can do this. We can get through this challenge together.
Hi, my name is Clarissa Maniarakiza, and I am a member of the New American and Refugee team at Jewish Family Services. I myself am a refugee that once lived in Tongogai refugee camp in Zimbabwe, and in 2012 I had the amazing opportunity to come to America. And today I get to help others who are in a similar situation like me. We know the most meaningful impact we have is the way our work helps change lives. My team helps new Americans get amazing jobs. But we do more than that. We also help them stabilize, we help them maintain safe housing and access healthy food. Our supporters donate furniture and other necessities for their homes, and we help our clients better understand and acclimate to local culture and get the language skills they need to secure employment and good family-sustaining wages. We work with hundreds of local employers to ensure we are aware of economic trends, employment opportunities, and qualifications needed. And not only do we help them find initial employment, we also connect workforce clients to a wide range of training opportunities to help them progress on career pathways that offer them higher wages and advancement opportunities that allow them to live out their American dream.
I was originally born in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. I moved to the United States when I was 7 years old. We came here following my father. He's a doctor. I applied before I reached out to JFS because I was looking at the timeline. I didn't want to be late in my application, and I actually had been rejected. So I said, okay, I have nothing to lose, and I reached out to Dahir, who was the mutual friend that Hamza had introduced me to at JFS, and I connected with him, and he introduced me to Tariq, and they basically told me, okay, you have your application, you have your credentials, you have your everything, you're in a good position. Let me talk to, my contact at the courthouse and see if we can, get around and get you that interview. And I said, oh, that's great, thank you. I gave them my resume, all my, documents that I had provided to the court, and just waited. And not long after that, I heard back from the courthouse who had rejected me. They actually wanted me to come in for an interview. A big part of the help, in addition to the social networking that Dahir provided me, was sitting me down with Tariq and himself and reviewing my resume and basically cleaning up my application, looking at my cover letter, reviewing it, editing it for me, helping me, refine it and make it more appealing to the hiring manager at the courthouse. They helped me with that, and they basically put me in a better position, kind of just like brushing me up before sending me off. And from there, I did really well on my interview. I prepared very well for it, and they were very impressed with my interview, and I was offered the job, and here I am today because of that. Definitely recommend anyone looking for work, anyone looking to just develop, go on that next step in their life, to reach out to Jewish Family Services. They're incredibly professional and kind, and they will get you where you need to go.
I am Rachel Bloomkatz, the chair of the Resource Development Committee for Jewish Family Services Board of Directors. As we wrap up, I want to take this opportunity to thank Pam Gerwin for her first year of service as our board chair. Her leadership is essential to our success. Thank you, Pam. And now, before we go, it is my hope that all of you joining us tonight will consider ways you might be able to support the critical work we do. Whether it's spreading the word about the ways Jewish Family Services is making a difference, connecting us to businesses who need help with hiring or want to expand their civic engagement, sharing your time and energy as a volunteer, or if you're in a position to contribute financially, making a donation to fund our critical services. The number of individuals and families experiencing hardship continues to rise. Many of us are returning to some level of normalcy and have even prospered in these difficult times. But for others, they need more help. If you're able, we hope you'll consider sharing your resources with Jewish Family Services so we can continue to help those in our community who are in need. We help everyone in the community, people of all different faiths, races, backgrounds, and experiences. And we provide comprehensive support to everyone in our programs. But we need your support to do it. You can make your gift by scanning the QR code on your screen that will bring you to our website donation page. As a small nonprofit, we are experts at doing more with less. Jewish Family Services has a long history of innovating and problem solving to meet evolving needs in our community. And I can assure you that each gift has a meaningful impact and will go a long way towards helping our neighbors. With your help, the dedicated team at Jewish Family Services will continue to provide the caring and robust services our community so desperately needs. From our Jewish Family Services family to yours, thank you and good night. Deepest thanks to our staff for going above and beyond. It's been a really tough year, and we so appreciate you, our donors, our funders, our partners, our volunteers, our families, our pets. You get the point. As we close out the evening, I hope you'll enjoy these final words from our staff, the ones who put the family into Jewish Family Services.
The best thing about Jewish Family Services is the expectation of hard work that's combined with compassion and fun.
Jewish Family Services provides hope and sustainability for the clients we serve.
Jewish Family Services provided chesed in 2021 by delivering meals and smiles to those who were isolated.
Jewish Family Services has innovated in 2021 by providing virtual programming for seniors and providing technical training so that they would be able to participate in this new virtual world.
Jewish Family Services truly innovated during COVID. We responded as quickly as any entity could respond in taking our live workshops and our live services virtual and getting them to the point to where we could actually add value and serve our clients virtually. We did that at lightning speed.
Jewish Family Services provides loving kindness by preventing clients from being evicted from their homes or having their utilities shut off.
Jewish Family Services has innovated this past year in the area of counseling and mental health by providing telehealth and virtual meetings when in-person were unavailable.
Jewish Family Services has impacted our community in so many wonderful ways, but one of my favorite projects is the Adopt a Family project. In that project, we match donors with families who could use some holiday help by providing gifts to these families